Welcome back to Dark Files, a true crime scene. A Deal with the Devil, 2001. In 2001, a man named James Whitaker made a decision that would change his life forever. James was a 42-year-old financial advisor living in Phoenix, Arizona. He had a wife, 2 children, and what looked like a stable, comfortable life. But beneath the surface, James was drowning. A series of failed investments had left him more than $250,000 in debt. He was behind on his mortgage, dodging credit collectors, and rapidly running out of options. That's when he met a man who called himself Victor Krol. Victor wasn't listed in any business directory. There were no tax records, no driver's license, not even a social security number. To this day, there is no official trace of him. And yet, people who met him described him as persuasive, cold, and extremely well-connected. Victor offered James a way out. 1 job, 1 week, $1 million. The instructions were simple. Pick up 2 briefcases from a warehouse in Mesa, Arizona, and deliver them to a contact in Las Vegas. No questions, no detours. Just complete the drop and walk away. James hesitated, but desperation has a way of pushing people over the edge. He took the deal. On March 14, 2001, James made the drive to Las Vegas. The drop-off took less than a minute. No words were exchanged. The briefcases were handed over, and that was it. The next morning, James's debts were gone. Large deposits, spread across various offshore accounts, appeared overnight. Within days, he bought a new car, booked a vacation, and started talking about opening his own business. To everyone around him, it looked like he'd simply turned his luck around. But something had changed. James grew paranoid. He told friends he was being watched. He claimed strange cars were following him. He became obsessed with home security, installed cameras, and kept a loaded revolver by his bedside. He never told anyone what was in the briefcases, or what exactly he had agreed to. Then, just 4 months after the drop, on July 9, 2001, James was found dead. His body was discovered in the family garage. The car engine was running. The garage was sealed. The cause of death was carbon monoxide poisoning. Police ruled it a suicide. But the details didn't quite add up. No fingerprints were found on the ignition switch or the garage remote. The garage door had been electronically locked, from the outside. A burner phone James had been secretly using was found wiped clean. And investigators discovered faint footprints leading away from the scene. His wife, Erin, insisted James was not suicidal. He had plans for the future. He had just booked their family trip. Their son said James had been scared, but hopeful, like someone who'd finally survived the worst of something terrible. Rumors quickly spread. Some believed James had been murdered to keep a secret. Others believed he was part of a criminal organization and had been silenced. And then came the more chilling theory, that James had made a deal with someone not entirely human. To this day, no one knows what was in those briefcases. Victor Krol was never identified, never arrested, never seen again. James Whitaker's story remains one of the strangest unsolved cases of the early 2000s. A man burdened by debt, rescued by a mysterious stranger, only to vanish in death under suspicious circumstances. It begs the question, what would you risk for a deal that seems too good to be true? Because sometimes, when you make a deal with the devil, he comes to collect.